welcome back to OptiMinds. Hello, Opti Nation. We are super excited to bring to you our brand new studio, as you can see in setup, with my partner Marlon and I.
Hi.
And we welcome you to a brand new week. So we're gonna dive right into it. Marlon, go for it.
So today, guys, we want to talk about diversity and also what is racial diversity. With the current events happening all around us, I think it's important for us to look into that, okay? So we'll be discussing diversity, and I want to go right away and dig into it.
Yeah.
So since we're going to be talking about diversity, why don't we look up what is the meaning of diversity? So I did a simple web search, and the web search took me to the Webster Dictionary meaning, and the meaning says this: diversity is the condition of having or being composed of different elements. What are different elements? We're going to be discussing that next. So now that we've seen the definition of diversity, let's break it down as to how do we identify ourselves, which has to do a lot with racial diversity. In my case, I consider myself a Latino, born in El Salvador, and actually did my ancestry, believe it or not, and I came up to be 40% Spanish from Spain, 10% from England. I am 5% Black from Senegal, and 45% Native Mayan. Incredible, right? You couldn't tell on this face, I know. Have you guys done any of your ancestry charts before? Let us know.
I haven't done the ancestry test, but I am quite interested because I would like to know what my roots would be. I can speak for myself and say that my background, my great-grandfathers, ancestors were from India, migrated, indentured laborers from Guyana, South America, and then I was born in North America, as you guys know, in Montreal, Canada. So I identify myself as a West Indian from the West Indies, Canadian. So when people ask me, where are you from, I don't know how to respond sometimes because people always assume you look Indian. You're Indian. Well, yes, my background is, but I don't speak the language, and there's a lot of variables that go with that. So as such, how does that play to my upbringing? So to understand that, I'm going to discuss education and work. So when I was in school, we were put into class for moral education. So we would discuss all the different religions, ethnicities, countries, and then history. I think everyone has taken history courses. It teaches you like the backgrounds of how you went from where your roots came from to like where you are now. So I feel that history and culture have really played a big part in understanding through the school system. In employment, I don't know about you, but haven't you ever had a moment when you're filling out a form and you have Caucasian, you have Hispanic white, other, Asian, and then there's the other. I don't know where to click on that. How many of you have felt that way? I know at least I have. So, sometimes I'll go with the Asian, I'll go with the other, but I sometimes wonder people don't really look into those things. So my point is, your school system really has trained you a certain way to understand what according to textbooks, what they believe these definitions are. Real life has taught us what reality is. And there's a difference between what you're reading and studying to pass the test versus what you're living in real life. And this, I believe, goes from the classroom to real world to employment.
And to your point, Alvin, my upbringing, guys, I was raised in El Salvador, and as you also heard, I was also raised in Miami. So my upbringing was very different. I experienced what Hispanic or Latin countries, how there is this diversity where we have Native Mayans, we have people that come from villages versus the people who actually live in big cities, and we're considered so different. So the issues like this not only reflect in the United States, but also in Latin American countries. And it's something that I can see very, very clearly. So our point today, guys, is for us to understand that we live in a diverse world, and it is important. Again, I said it in one of my Spanish videos a few weeks ago, that it's important for us to learn from each other, and that's how we become culture and we understand each other. And if we were just to realize that we are all different and we have tolerance for one another, then we're able to live in a better world, in a more peaceful world, because I am accepting you by being tolerant, right? Alvin?
Yes, exactly. And I mean, right now you're looking at this and you're seeing two minorities talking to you from born and raised in two different countries, but here we are united in Florida, in the United States, and different backgrounds. Assimilation from the people that were surrounding us growing up, at least for me in Montreal, like you mentioned in Miami, is all these different cultures, Italians, Arabic people in my case, Asian people, and I say Asian, classified from Vietnamese, Chinese, and etc., etc., African Americans, Haitians. I love all of you. Without all of you, I wouldn't be right here. This is why when people ask me, how do you know all these languages? I'm like, I come from a place where everyone spoke a variety of languages. And I am proud to say that I was born and raised from Montreal when I come down here. And I think everyone needs to travel more and be open to accepting different cultures, because what we learn could surprise us and enrich our current life. Minorities, really big respect. Grandfathers, grandparents, hard workers, and I hope these lessons continue to be passed down generation to generation. As we conclude today, if it wasn't for our differences, we wouldn't be united into North American culture today. And it's important to remember history, study history, especially the kids watching this right now. You're wondering, why should I study this in a test? Will I use it in real life? Yes, you will. Look at what's going on around us. If anything, 2020 has opened up doors to realize why education is important and why these type of videos can go so far. So that would be my closing remarks. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, Alvin, I think that we've discussed what we needed to portray and bring up to you guys in today's video, which is, with the current events going all around us. And again, guys, we just want to spread kindness to you guys, positivity and awareness that we live in a diverse world, just to re-say it again to you guys. And other than that, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at OptiMinds, and also follow us on Instagram at OptiMinds.
And speaking of YouTube, there's a little notification button on there. If you click on the notification button, you'll know when we post videos. So please make that little reminder if you are looking on YouTube videos and not on the other platforms.
And I'm going to be putting up a poll if you guys have done your ancestry DNA, or if you guys haven't. It's actually very, very interesting. I actually got it as a gift for my birthday. It opened up my eyes so much as to what my background and my actual ethnicity is. So stay tuned for the poll, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.